vlog. I look a bit like an egg today and I have like a lovely spot on my chin, but we moved. So yeah, new vlog day. This is New Year's Eve. Today is the 31st of January. It is the last day of 2024, and if you know me, New Year's is like my favorite time of the year. I love New Year's Eve. I love New Year's Day. I'm making goals and like setting new intentions, and I always seem to be in New York City around New Year's, which I love, and I always start New Year's Day on Top of the Rock. Well, I start the New Year on Top of the Rock, usually in the evening, and we always go to like a hotel or like a nice bar to write our goals for the year, so that's all coming up tomorrow. But yeah, New Year's Eve today. It's gonna be quite quiet, like it's not gonna be a busy one. We're not going out tonight. I think we're gonna go out for dinner, as we like to do, a nice lovely dinner in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and then probably just stay local for the new year. Like, we did look and see if there's anything on, but it's mostly like $200 a ticket to get in anywhere, free drink, and we're just not the going out partying people right now. We're like, you know, in our wellness slow era. So yeah, we might come back and like watch the country New Year's Eve, which I love. Nashville New Year's Eve, plus it's an hour behind as well, so you get an extra hour of like TV and like singing and stuff. So I love Nashville New Year's Eve, and it's always on TV, so we're gonna watch that and ring in the new year at midnight tonight. And then we'll get on to tomorrow, which is Wednesday, so I'll probably vlog up until maybe Friday, and then do like a final weekend in New York, and then a final week in New York, some of those kind of vlogs. But yeah, we're going to explore Williamsburg today. I've got my walking shoes on, I've got my coat on. We're going to explore this lovely neighborhood that I now live in for these 3 weeks. Don't jump to conclusions. I have not moved to New York yet, but yeah, we're going to explore Williamsburg, see what is around this lovely neighborhood. I will also have a separate video like dedicated to Williamsburg and where we're living and like the apartment and stuff, and like show you where we've been staying these lovely 3 weeks, because we have been very kindly hosted here in New York City for 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks. Insane. So yeah, I can't wait to show you around the apartment and like where we're staying and the neighborhood. So yeah, make sure to stick around for that vlog. But let's go explore Brooklyn and have a lovely New Year's Eve. Hello, welcome to this New Year's Eve, New Year's Day vlog. Our New Year's Eve started with leaving our lovely shared easy apartment to go and grab a coffee from Nyla Cafe, our little local cafe right around the corner from our apartment. It's a very tasty mocha. And then we grabbed the subway to Dumbo, which actually involved us going over to Manhattan and then having to change and come back into Brooklyn. But we made it. This is the famous Washington Street to get the famous shot of the Manhattan Bridge. Probably my favourite skyline view, favourite photo opportunity is from the Manhattan Bridge Park, just below the Manhattan Bridge. So very highly recommend you go down to that and then take a walk into Time Out Market and head up to their rooftop as well. They have an even better view of the skyline and the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's also a great opportunity to get your laptop out. Why not? There's also a really good bookshop to come to in Dumbo that I'd highly recommend you check out. And then we were actually heading to walk across the Manhattan Bridge. So we've done the Brooklyn Bridge quite a few times, so we wanted to do the Manhattan Bridge for a change, which is a lot quieter. Like, you will hardly come across anybody on this bridge, and the subway actually runs alongside it as well, which makes for a fun experience and incredible views with, like I said, nobody around you to bother you either. The Manhattan Bridge basically leads you into the Chinatown area, so we headed over to the Lower East Side to get our first ever Scarr's pizza, which was unreal. Then headed back over to Williamsburg again via Delancey and Essex Street and made it back to Brooklyn. So we were exploring Williamsburg today, and I'll be showing you all the different foodie spots and different things to do in Williamsburg. So you got Linda Street Pizza, originated in Williamsburg. Always a queue here, but always great pizza. Pies and Thighs, got some great artwork. Sunday in Brooklyn, you have to get the pancakes. 12 Chairs is another Middle Eastern restaurant that I really want to check out. Then you also have Domino Park, which has very good views of the Manhattan skyline and the Domino building, which has been recently renovated. You can also see the Circle Line cruise, which is something we undertook a few days ago. I'll link the vlog here, you can see what that's like. There's also a Two Hands in Williamsburg, which best brunch in my opinion, and the famous Bedford Avenue with lots of bookstores, thrift stores, pizza shops, you name it, it's probably on Bedford Avenue. It's a very lively place. You also have McNally Jackson, of course. They are pretty much everywhere in the city, I would say, and Book Thug Nation. My favourite bookshop in Williamsburg with their dollar cart outside. Then we spent the rest of the day in Brooklyn Roasting Company before heading to Café Mogador for our New Year's Eve meal, which was incredible and very good spot for a date night. Would really highly recommend. Good morning, happy new year. It is the 1st of January. I'm looking like an egghead today. Probably hurt by a bun, but I like the scraped back look. I think I look like a boy, but we move. Yeah, it's New Year's Day this morning. It's the 1st January 2025, brand new year. This is also my favorite time of the year, so that's why I love coming to New York. I love being in New York, like the start of the year. Like, I feel like the energy of the city just like helps my goals and stuff, and like manifesting, and I don't know, there's something about it. I always have to be in New York for New Year. And yeah, so today is our usual plans. We always go up the top of the rock on New Year's Day. So we're going up like sunset time to see it like in daylight, and then in like nighttime, like it all like lit up. And it's just my favorite thing to do on the first day of a brand new year. So we'll do that today. We're going to go for breakfast this morning. We're going to go to Bubby's. I've never been to Bubby's before, which is a bit surprising to me. But yeah, we're going to go try the pancakes, what they're very famous for. And there's a bookshop I want to go to down there as well. And then we're going to go across to Seaport. Check out Seaport and see where the wind takes us today. This is also the day that I write my goals. So last year we went to Beekman Bar in the Carlisle Hotel in the Upper East, but we're not heading up there today, so we're heading down like FiDi. We might go to the Beekman Hotel and like grab a coffee, drink, whatever, and write our goals there. So I actually didn't bring a notebook with me on this trip, so I need to go and buy a notebook somewhere. So I'll do this morning, probably in like the Seaport district, I would assume, and check out things over there. But yeah, we had a very quiet New Year's Eve. It was quite nice actually. So we were out all day yesterday, walked all day yesterday, we went to Dumbo, then we walked across the Manhattan Bridge into Lower Manhattan, got some pizza from Scarr's, also a first time for me. Never had Scarr's pizza, which was actually really good, on Orchard Street. And then came back over to Manhattan and in Williamsburg. I don't know if you can hear Steph's chatting with our flatmate in the kitchen. Like I said, this is a very social space that we're living in. Came over to Williamsburg, walked around some more. I got a book from Book Thug Nation, one of my favorite stores in Williamsburg, bookstores in Williamsburg. It was $1. They have a dollar trolley outside, which I always seem to pick up a book from. So always a great selection. Then I think we went and worked in Brooklyn Roasting Company for a while on our laptops. I had a really good hot mocha in there. It's always a really nice place to work. I really recommend it. Really cozy as well, really warm. And then we came back and relaxed a little bit, got ready, and headed out for a lovely dinner at Mogador, I think it's called, Cafe in Williamsburg, like Wythe Avenue, just behind Bedford Avenue. And it's like a Moroccan inspired cuisine, and really nice, like really nice date night vibes. We got some free sparkling wine for the new year. It was packed full of people out celebrating New Year's as well, but really good food. Like we had some hummus and falafel, and then we both had tagine, and so good. Like we left so full, and then when we went for week night, it was lashing with rain. So we jumped in an Uber, came back to the apartment. It was like, I was like 9:30. So we watched Survivor, and we bought some whiteclaw during the day. So we had our little whiteclaws in bed watching 3 episodes of Survivor, and then at midnight there was like parties going on across the street and stuff. So we heard them counting down, and we rung in the new year in bed with our whiteclaw, and there was fireworks going off. And then there was actually like really loud thunder last night too. It was like a storm, and the thunder was like so loud, like literally thunder we had heard in like Bali. It was so loud. The car alarms started going off and everything. So that was last night, New Year's Eve. There was fireworks going off until like maybe 1 a.m. and stuff, but it was a nice quiet evening in our apartment, how we like to spend it. And now we're up early today, fresh as daisies, and heading out for the day. So we're, like I said, going to go to Bubby's, going to go to Seaport, write our goals, go to Top of the Rock, and actually hopefully meet up with 2 friends we have here. One friend lives here, like lives in Connecticut, and her boyfriend is visiting her from London, so we're hopefully meeting up with both of them tonight for a drink, and then we'll see where the rest of the week takes us, because it is Wednesday, I think, today. Yeah, I think today's Wednesday, so yeah, we'll see what the rest of the week holds as well. I think we have things planned on Friday, definitely. I'm booked in, but as for the rest of the week, I don't really know. So yeah, let's go get some breakfast. I am starving. And it's a new year, New Year's Day. We started off at Bubby's in Tribeca. Very famous for their pancakes, and I will say these are probably the best pancakes I've ever had in my life. They really do compete with Sunday in Brooklyn. Highly recommend, although we did wait in line for a very long time, but it was definitely worth it. Then we headed over to the Seaport district. I like it around here. It's always very quiet, but I love the cobblestones. It doesn't really feel like New York. Lots of cool shops, museums, bars and things around here. And then we headed to Pier 14. I could be lying, I'll put the actual pier number on this, but this is where you'll find the ice rink, but really good views of the Brooklyn Bridge and of course Brooklyn. If you do like to ice skate, this is a quiet rink and there was hardly anybody on it, so also has very good views of the Brooklyn Bridge in the background of your photos if you want to come here. And then we headed to the Beekman Hotel. So this is a very historic building in New York, and it's actually open to the public. Like, you can come in just to have a look. You don't have to buy anything, you don't have to be a resident, because it is a listed building in New York, and simply because of the architecture inside. It is incredible. You can see all the different floors where all the bedrooms are, complete open space, open roof, and it's also a very cozy, very vibey place to come and have lunch, have a drink, have a coffee and a Diet Coke, and wrote our goals for 2025. And then, as we like to do every New Year's Day, we went to Top of the Rock. There's something about manifesting my goals on Top of the Rock, like I've said in the intro to this part of the vlog, but there's just something about it. However, I will say it was absolutely freezing. It was windy and about -10 degrees, so we didn't actually last that long up here to see it in the dark because it was just way too cold. I was fashioning himself's earmuffs because it was just absolutely bitter, but we did see a very nice sunset and got to see the new installation that you can take to see an even more elevated view of the New York skyline should you wish. And we did this with City Pass. I'll put the link in the description, but it's very worth it to see a lot of different New York attractions for a reduced rate. Then we ended the night seeing our friends and down the hatch for a drink and having a few slices of Linda Street pizza in the West Village before heading back home. And since we didn't do very much on the Friday, I want to just put in where we went to because we worked all day and then we headed to Flushing, which is the real Chinatown of New York. It is crazy, but it is amazing and has the best dumplings. You have to get them from White Bear, the spicy wontons. Come here, one earned just to get them. You have to eat on the street as well. There's no sit-in, but the best dumplings you'll ever have. And then we stopped on the way back in another of our favorite Momo spots. This is a Nepalese spot. I'll put the name in the corner because I can't remember, but it's won so many Momo Crawl awards. It's insane, but they're so delicious. Thanks so much for watching, and if you've any questions about New York, do leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video for another weekend in my life in New York where we explore the Upper West, Upper East Side, another foodie tour, and so much more.